leader, but also just as an American citizen, your compassion belongs first to your fellow citizens. It doesn't mean you hate people from outside of your own borders, but there's this old school, and I think it's a very Christian concept, by the way, that you love your family, and then you love your neighbor, and then you love your community, and then you love your fellow citizens in your own country. And then after that, you can focus and prioritize the rest of the world. A lot of the far left has completely inverted that. They seem to hate the citizens of their own country and care more about people outside their own borders.
So, Father Beck, I see you shaking your head, but I want to just read from Pope Francis's letter responding to that. He says, Christian love is not a concentric expansion of interests that little by little extend to other persons and groups. True Ordo Amoris is that must be promoted is that which we discover by meditating constantly on the parable of the Good Samaritan. That is, by meditating on the love that builds a fraternity open to all without exception. The Good Samaritan being the parable about a person right in front of you and you helping them.
A very short theological lesson here, okay? This is Ordo Amoris, St. Augustine, 4th century father of the church. That means literally order of loves or order of charity. Augustine does not say you start with just your family and then work it out in these concentric circles that J.D. Vance is talking about. The Pope says, no, Mr. Vance, you who are a Catholic only for 6 years, I'm a Catholic for 88 years as being Pope. He's a convert to Catholicism. That's not what Augustine meant. Augustine meant paradigm of the Good Samaritan, who is walking along, sees a Jew in a ditch who has been put there by robbers. A priest passes him by, an Israeli priest. A Levite, another Jew, passes him by. The Samaritan, the foreigner, goes and picks him up. That is the paradigm, the model that the Pope is setting forth for what Ordo Amoris is. So that's the stranger. It is the person in need, most in need. That's who gets your attention, not just your family member, not just your community, the person most in need.
That is, I mean, very powerful for you to say. And I think it is an important point that he's trying to say, well, you're supposed to really only care about your family first, and then maybe later you care about other people. But as Father Beck is saying, as the Pope is saying, the Bible actually teaches otherwise.
I know, but isn't it kind of irrelevant? We don't live in a theocracy. We live in the United States.
Wait a minute.
We have a constitution.
Your party, though,
to me.
They have a constitution.
to have the shroud of religion.
I thought we were in a Judeo-Christian society.
We are, but we have a constitution.
Organized according to Judeo-Christian
But Abby,
values.
we live
I thought that the 10 Commandments should be taught to kids in the schools.
Abby,